Alright, I was gonna wait till I was done to do a video, but then Kevin came up here all muddy, so I had to do a video of Kevin. He's got one dry spot right here. He was laying in the pond probably. That's funny. Mud pig. But thanks to the pigs, our pond held water all summer with the drought. They've been slicking the pond. So that's another reason to have pigs. I wouldn't have a butt ton of them. But pigs are good for a couple reasons. They'll slick your ponds. They'll eat things that other animals don't eat. And in our case, with the guineas, we're trying to encourage the guineas to lay their eggs in the yard and not out here in the bush. And so if they lay their eggs out in the bush, the pigs find them and eat them. But then the guineas are encouraged to not lay their eggs in the bush. Mud pig. He's funny. Grody, but funny. Oh, there's the feeder. This is kind of good that I'm doing this corral like this now. I just fed the sheep. The pigs are aggressive. I mean the goats are aggressive. So once I get the gates up, I can let the sheep in. That's funny. Kevin encouraged the pigs to go through the fence to get out. Yeah, they can all squeeze through for now. Kevin can't. Come here, Kevin. You gotta come out this way. Kevin. You gotta come over here. There you go. Sally figured it out. I didn't have to show her. Pigs are generally pretty smart. Anyway. So yeah, I got one square done. I just haven't put the gates on yet. And I got enough cattle panels, pretty much, to do 2 more sides. I mean goat panels, I mean. And then I got my old corral over there. I got 4 sides there. So I can basically square off 2 more squares on each side of this. And then I thought about cutting up goat panels to make the gates. But I'm thinking I'm just going to use cattle panels to make the gates because I really don't care about the cattle panels as much. And I'm going to have the gates open most of the time so the goats aren't going to get their heads stuck in them. I'm only going to be closing the gates when I need to for my own purposes, like for trimming hooves, medicating them, so on and so forth. That being said, I had an idea that I might do before I take these guys to the butcher. I might lock them up in here for a week or 2. Well, basically, I'll go out on the road. I'll lock them in. Have some water in here for them. Rainwater collection. Lock them in here. Up the feeding dosage so they have more food. Kind of marble them a little bit. And then take them to the butcher. Make sure they've been dewormed before I go out on the road. Leave them locked up for 2 weeks. Feed them grain to give them that marble. And then take them to the butcher. So, it's an idea. Something I can play with in the future. So yeah, I'll have 1.5 yards done today, and then when I get back in 2 weeks, I'll have basically 3 yards done at that point. Then all I got to do is put the gates on it and get more cattle panels, because I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, at least 4 yards. But I also got to move these things somewhere else too. But yeah, I'll have 4 yards over here. Or I mean, basically 2 on this side, 1 on that side. And then yeah, I can get the sheep in there, close the gate, let them eat, so the goats won't disturb them, because the goats are bullies. I might even be able to do 2 yards over here as well, so 2 on each side. I'll do at least 1 over here, maybe 2, and I'll do 2 on that side. But yeah, and then that way I could corral them and give them their medicine, trim their hooves, whatever I need to do. Once I get this yard done, I might actually make a second one over here where I got the trees. So, I don't know, just food for thought. I just thought of that today. I might make 2 corrals right here. Because eventually I'm going to have 50 to 100 goats and or sheep. I won't have as many sheep here. What I'll probably, because they say if you have sheep and goats together, the goats will either get copper deficient or the sheep will get too much copper and die. But the goats hog this food, and that's how I make, between that and the salt licks, that's how I make sure they get their copper. So since they hog this and keep the sheep from eating it, I doubt that I'm going to have a problem. But we'll see. I haven't had a problem yet. But it's only been 8 months. Meh. Bah. It's only been 8 months. So, we'll see. I mostly lost most sheep from predators. I lost 1 from Crohn's disease. They call it Jonas, something like that. And then I lost another one from overeating or something. I don't know. He was young. I just got him. He lasted about a month and then he died. The other one, she was older and she had all the symptoms of Crohn's disease. She died before I got a chance to get the blood work done. But, so we really don't know 100% if it was Crohn's or not. But we're 90% sure that's what it was. Anyways, everybody else seems healthy. We have 1 lamb that survived the predators. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep the first half dozen to maybe even a dozen rams that are born here, weather them, and maybe hopefully they'll help protect the herd. So I figure however big a coyote pack is, that's how many weathered ram lambs I'm going to have, plus my main ram. And hopefully, or maybe double that, and hopefully that'll be enough rams to protect the herd. Because the ewes don't protect their babies, that's for dang sure. So, but if I have enough weathered rams, then they might protect the herd. But they still won't protect the guineas. So I still need to get a llama to protect the guineas. Because even though Laura's, I mean, right now these are Laura's birds, except for Cassidy. But, you know, Laura pretty much, that's her department. She takes care of the birds. So these birds won't stay here. They're probably going to be in Collins for too long. And then at that point, I'm going to be running my operation a little different. And I'll need a llama or 2 to protect those guineas. We could use one now. We're just trying not to spend any money because we're trying to get Collins. So once we get Collins, or we don't, once we figure out what's going to happen, then we'll know what direction we're going and we can kind of go from there. But anyways, so yeah, I just thought I'd videotape and take a picture of Dirty Cabin. And there's a wether trying to get a nanny pregnant. There's Sally. She looks like she was in the mud too. And her babies. The babies like to hang out underneath the feeder. It's like a shady, safe place for them to hang out. So, yeah. Until the goats show up. Anyway. We did end up getting some good pigs. So 2 of these are boys, and we're going to keep them. We're going to weather them as well. Next weekend, they're getting castrated. And then we're going to sell the females. They got mud on their foreheads from their mom. And Kevin. Anyways, I gotta get back to work. Alright, bye.